What's going on YouTube? It's Josh, aka Sloshy Joshy, bringing you another Tiermaker video. Wide receivers, and last probably video until content shifts over to the regular season kind of schedule. So let me know if you guys want to see anything in particular. I'll try to do like starts and sits of the week, game predictions, and I'll still do NFL news and stuff like that. And I'll recap games is what I'm kind of shifted towards. But if there's something else you want me to do, let me know for sure. Maybe like top 5 free agency ads of the week too. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, today we got the Tiermaker wide receivers. This is the best one I can find. There's not a lot of good ones on here, but let's just get started. I'll just go in a row this time. Claypool, man, he has a ton of upside, right? This dude, he's built for the wide receiver position. Very fast, very skillful. Good quarterback throwing to him in a good offense. I kind of want to put him low A to high B in fantasy right now. I think he's a good, like a low end wide receiver 2, high wide receiver 3. If I have him at wide receiver 3, I think that's awesome. I'm going to put him at B now. We may move him later, but sorry, slurping some coffee. I think that's a good spot for him right now. I think he's going to break out this year. He was actually my top 5 wide receivers to draft. Deontay Johnson's the number 1 there now. I think he's going to overtake it before the season's over. So, Chase Claypool, high B, maybe low A by the end of the video. We'll see. Marquis Brown, man. He's got the tools, right? He's got the speed. I'll put him here. I don't even know if people are drafting this guy. I think he's going undrafted. He may be worth a bench spot in my eyes, but not in my wide receivers, in my 1, 2, or 3s. I'm kind of freaking out if he's in my 1, 2, or 3. Just doesn't get the numbers. Has the speed, has the skill set, but just I don't know if him and Lamar. He's like the boomer and bust guy, right? He gets the long, like 70-yard touchdown, and then nothing else happens. And then 2-3 weeks go by, he gets like 2 or 3 catches, maybe catches a deep ball, like a 50-yarder, and then he goes off again, maybe for a long touchdown. But that's just not good in fantasy. You don't want boomer bust in your lineup, so I'll put him down there. Is this Willie Snead? 83 on the Ravens. Put him down there. Don't even draft this guy. Don't touch him. That's weird. I don't know why they would have him on the list. So this is the best one I could find, but it doesn't seem that great. It has the rookies included. That's why I wanted to do it, but I don't know. Odell Beckham Jr. I'm going to put him right here behind Chase Claypool, actually. So OBJ, man, probably a top 5 receiver. Like if we're talking this list 5 years ago, he's probably in the S tier, right? Like dude was balling out. Progression's kind of slowly dribbled down. He's getting older. He's still explosive, man. He's still got juice in him, I think. And worth a wide receiver 3 spot, I think. But Browns are so run heavy, and I'm not really a big fan of Baker, so I'll put him down here. I think he was in my 2 draft lists, though. I like both of these guys as like they're going really late, and I think that the spot they're going in is a steal for where you could get them. So keep an eye out for these two, man. These two could win you some games, man, at wide receiver 3. Jarvis Landry, I'm gonna put him at B tier too. He's been a reliant guy in fantasy for a while. Gets his catches, gets his yards. Nothing like crazy special, but he'll get you points. So wide receiver 3, maybe a good flex option. Same with these guys, man. Wide receiver 3 flex. I'm pretty happy with these guys there. Tyler Boyd, I'm going to put him C. I think he's in a crowded wide receiver room now, and I think he's the least talented one there. So Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, I think those guys are going to kind of grab the targets now. Tyler Boyd's going to be kind of that afterthought. He's still going to get his catches, still going to get his yards. We'll see how he plays from the slot, but I'm putting him down there. I would rather have T. Higgins or Jamar Chase than him. So T. Higgins, kind of want to put him here. One more second. I guess I'm doing these videos when I wake up. My voice is shot. T. Higgins had a great year last year, right? Broke out as a rookie. They draft Jamar Chase, so they got these two very young, very good receivers coming into the league. Dude, T. Higgins or Jamar Chase, I'm happy with to have. I think it's a very pass-heavy offense. They're going to be down a lot, so they're going to be slinging the rock. And I think that T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are going to have pretty good fantasy years for sure. So Stephon Diggs, I don't have to say he's S tier. This dude's beast. Broke out last year. Him and Josh Allen have incredible chemistry, so I expect that to continue. Not much more to say. Dude's a baller. Cole Beasley, man. I feel like he's here. C, but he has some good games, man. He has some good games, like out of nowhere. Some sneaky good games. Very good slot receiver. Gets open a lot. Good catches, but it's always like short yard stuff, you know. It's never like big explosive plays. But that's his niche. And if he's open, man, he gets hit like 10 times a game, man. If Cole Beasley's beating his man in the slot consistency, Josh Allen's looking for him. So he may be a good flex / bench player to pick up. But nothing crazy. Davonte Parker. I'm not a big fan of Tua, so I have Davonte down here probably. Maybe even D, dude. Nah, I won't do him that dirty. Davonte Parker, he's been a solid wide receiver 1, right? He's a big lanky dude, can win some jump balls. But he just doesn't have like that wow factor that some of these other guys have. My cat just came in. He didn't have the wow factor that some of these other guys have, so that's why I got him down here. I'll see you later, buddy. So yeah, and Tua, I didn't see much of a explosive arm from him last year. It looked like they were running very short routes, West Coast, which Davonte Parker is kind of a streaker, a vertical guy. So we'll see how he plays out, but I got him there for now. Tyreek Hill. This is going to be a longer list, I think. If you want to skip around the video, go ahead. But Tyreek Hill's S tier. I'll probably put him above Diggs, actually. Dude's a baller, man. Some of these guys I feel like I don't even have to explain. Like Tyreek Hill's fast as hell. That Buccaneers game last year in the regular season, good God, he had like 200-something yards in the first half. Yeah, just speedy. I mean, he has Patrick Mahomes too, which his arm is perfect for Tyreek Hill's play style. Just burn people, and Mahomes will get you the ball. Tyreek Hill's a beast, and you know he's cool because he's like 5'10", and he's out jumping some people, and he's out running all these people. He's kind of redefined the wide receiver position. You're seeing a lot of these fast, quicker guys starting to gain traction as well. So pretty cool, man. I'll put him up there though, in the S tier for sure. Jakeem Grant, not even going to talk about him. Don't draft. Jameson Crowder, man. Damn, I want to put him up here. He's a really good slot receiver. I was actually really upset when Washington let him go. But I'm gonna put him down here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll talk. We'll come back to it. Corey Davis came in, so he's no longer the number 1 receiver. I would imagine. Oh my God, I don't even know who the next guy is. But Jameson Crowder, quick slot guy, real good at getting open, man. And a little underrated in the NFL, but I think for fantasy, I wouldn't draft him this year. Maybe a deep bench spot, but other than that, nah. Who's this? 11. It's not Corey Davis, is it? Let me see if Corey Davis is on here. Because nah, he wouldn't. Corey Davis hasn't played a game yet, so that wouldn't be him. There's Corey Davis right here. 11, dude. I'm gonna put him down here. I just don't know who he is, so tell me. 11 on the Jets. Is that Njoku? Oh, no, not Njoku. It's some name like that though. Anunwa. Is that Anunwa? I'm putting him down there. Julian Edelman's retired, so don't draft him. And Keel Harry, do not draft. Do not draft. Do not draft. Could be better now that Mac Jones is a starter. Might actually be able to get some catchable balls, but Pretty crazy that Cam hasn't gotten picked up yet, huh? I guess he's not going to he might not play this year. Pretty nuts. And Keel Harry, I know he's trying to get out of the New England system and everything. I think he demanded a trade in the offseason, but no one wants him either. So, first round talent though, man. I mean, he's pretty big, strong guy. Haven't watched much of him, but yeah, I wouldn't draft him this year. I wouldn't even have him on the bench. There's way other bench spots, way other better bench players that can go in there. Brandon Cooks, I'll play here. If Deshaun Watson plays, his stock goes up maybe a little to high D, low C, but I don't know. We'll see, man. That whole thing is kind of weird. Is there any new comment on if Deshaun Watson is playing this year? I think they're gonna healthy scratch him every game. That's the last I heard, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Will Fuller, man. I guess I gotta put him above Davonte Parker. I'm putting Davonte Parker here and him here. Yeah, Will Fuller, man. I'm not a fan. He's fast. He's not big, but he's like 6'1", I think. So pretty tall. Will Fuller's injury history is a little shaky. Goes to the Dolphins. Goes to a new team. We'll see if Tua can get the ball, but maybe a bench spot for me. Not really that good. TUI. TUI used to be so good. I'll put TUI like right here. TUI, he's hurt. He's in the pup, so keep that in mind when you're drafting. 6 weeks at least. So we'll see, but TUI is very explosive, very, very good receiver. Has been for a long time. Carson Wentz comes in, so maybe we'll see. We'll see how he does. Maybe a bench spot for me. I don't know if I'd even on the pup list. I think he's going undrafted a lot now, so maybe keep that in mind to maybe pick him up maybe like week 4 or 5 if your wide receivers are struggling for when he comes back. But who's this guy? God damn it. I don't know. I can't read it. Number 11 on the Colts. Is that Paris Campbell? No. It's got to be Paris Campbell, right? It's the only other Colts wide receiver I see. I don't know, dude. We'll put him there for now. I won't talk about him, but sorry, guys. Some of these guys I just do not know. They've changed teams and numbers, and it's just hard. DJ Chark, man. I like Chark. I put him up here in the B. I think Trevor Lawrence is an upgraded quarterback. Obviously, I think they're going to pass a little more this year. Chark does well on fantasy, actually. Wide receiver 3. Maybe low end wide receiver 2, high wide receiver 3. So, sorry. Sammy Watkins is on the Ravens now. Is that correct? Putting him down here still. Don't care. Not drafting. Don't draft him. Put him right here. Who's this? 84 on the Jaguars. Oh, God. I should have figured out who. It'd be cool if you could like right click and it tells you who they are. 84 in the Jags, dude. Marvin Jones, Laviska. That's not Laviska. Oh no, we're putting him down here. AJ Brown, A tier. The first A tier. This dude is so big and strong. He seemed to freaking bully people last year to get into the end zone. When this dude catches the ball, he's getting in. It's pretty crazy. Very good receiver. I mean, big, strong guy. Tannehill gets the ball to him. Now he has Julio on the other side. I feel like it's just going to open up more opportunities for both of them. So that Titans offense is going to be scary this year. Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Julio, and AJ Brown. That's pretty nuts. So I'm actually excited to watch them this year. Should be a really good team. Corey Davis. Put him like right here. Had a strong year last year. I think he was like 10, 20 yards from 100. A lot of touchdowns, maybe. I don't know. But he goes to the Jets, becomes the number 1 guy. And this guy is really kind of dependent on Zach Wilson, right? It depends on how Zach Wilson plays. He looked good in the preseason, so hopefully he continues that. And Corey Davis' value could go up. Maybe wide receiver 3 flex spot for me for Corey Davis. But not rushing to draft him by any means. 19 on the 49ers. What am I doing, man? This is Ayuk. This is Debo, right? Debo, yeah. Debo Samuel. 49ers are another like run heavy team where it's just kind of weird to gauge where these guys go. Debo will go and C though. Good wide receiver, pretty good speed. Seems to do pretty well in fantasy. Wide receiver, maybe a flex bench spot, dude. I don't know if I'm too happy with him at wide receiver 3. Ayuk's a different story. I'll go C tier for him too. A lot of people are super high on him this year. I just didn't see enough last year from him. I know he had some pretty explosive plays like the hurdle you see in the picture there. I didn't see enough from him to, have him ranked above some of these guys that he's ranked above, like Chase Claypool, like T. Higgins, like Odell Beckham Jr. So I'm putting him down here. Who knows? He could be that wide receiver. He flourishes this year, and he's definitely draftable. Wide receiver 3, maybe. Flex spot would be perfect for him right now. Maybe becomes like a wide receiver 2 towards the end of the season, but we'll see. DK is another A-tier guy. I think I'm going to put him above A.J. Brown too. DK Metcalf, dude, he's a beast. We knew it in college when his pictures leaked of his shirt off and he was just yoked beyond belief. And everyone's like, holy crap, this dude's huge. And he ran like a 4.4, I think, 4.5. 4.4 at the combine, and everyone's like, good God. It's the second coming of Calvin Johnson, right? But yeah, Russell Wilson throws a perfect deep ball. DK's a great deep route runner. DK's going to have a good year. I think he might even break out this year as like a top 5, top 10 receiver. If he isn't already, you probably could say he is a top 10 receiver already, but I think he solidifies himself as one of the top dogs in the league for sure. Tyler Lockett, man, this guy goes unnoticed every year, and it breaks my heart. Opposite of DK, there's a guy named Tyler Lockett who had 100 catches last year. He had 100 receptions last year, and he's getting drafted pretty late. So if you can get this guy at wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, I think it's a steal. A little boomer bust. They seem to – DK's the one, right? He's the wide receiver 1. He's kind of established himself as the alpha. Tyler Lockett is quick. He's fast. But DK can just catch contested balls. He's really good at just getting open and making grabs, man. Tyler Lockett is a good receiver, very shifty. Gets some deep touchdowns too. Russell Wilson, man, he's got 2 perfect wide receivers for Russell Wilson's play style. He's got the deep ball accuracy for these 2 guys. They run a very vertical offense. But yeah, Tyler Lockett, I would take at a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 spot. I think he's a great wide receiver. Robert Woods, man, I'm putting him in the A tier. Bobby Trees, bro, he's a beast. He's a beast. I will wait. Matt Stafford coming in, better than Goff, I think we can all say. So his numbers are gonna go up, right? I think he was like a top 10, 15 wide receiver in fantasy last year. So great wide receiver 2. Absolutely love it at wide receiver 2. If you can get him at 3, then that's insane. But wide receiver 2, love him there. He can even play wide receiver 1 for you. Not ecstatic, but it happens. Cooper Kupp, man. I kind of want to put him in A, but put him in high B. Yeah. We'll put Cooper Kupp there. High B. Wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 are a good spot for this guy. Great. Seems to get open. And like his explosiveness is kind of surprising just because of his size and everything. And great route runner is what it is. That's ultimately the end game. Gets open. Matt Stafford will get him the ball. But Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are both very safe, very good wide receiver fantasy picks this year, in my opinion. D-Hop, dude. To put above Diggs or not? Let's put above for now. D-Hop, man. I mean, this dude's a beast, right? Plays with crap quarterbacks on the Texans. Still goes off. Has Deshaun Watson, they go off. Comes to Arizona in the worst trade in NFL history, and then has an automatic connection with Kyler Murray. This dude just balls out wherever he goes, and it's very consistent. He's a very safe pick. You know what you're going to get from him every year. So for that reason, he's S tier for me, without a question. 11, I believe, is Henry Ruggs. And I don't know, a speedy guy, very boomer bust. So put him like down here. Man, we're gonna need some more room on the D tier, but a lot of these wide receivers trash, baby. Where are the good guys? Where are my good guys at? We're getting there. I'm kind of being harsh. Maybe a couple of these guys could be A. We'll see. We'll see towards the end of the video. Don't draft him. Kristen Kirk, 13 wide receiver on the Cardinals. I'm gonna put him down here too, man. I hate to say it, but probably a high D, low C. Not a big fan of Christian Kirk. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins getting all the targets, getting all the catches. Christian Kirk's a good wide receiver too. We'll see towards the end of the year. I know he had a couple good games last year, so we'll see where he is. Could be a low C. Oh, we'll put him here. Devonta Adams, dude. I think as long as Aaron Rodgers is his quarterback, he's the best wide receiver in the league. Damn near close to 20 touchdowns last year, and he missed like 2 or 3 games. So with the extended season, if he plays all 17, he's got a shot at breaking the touchdown record, dude. I mean, they could go for like 20, 22, 23 touchdowns, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. The guy's just a touchdown magnet. Big, strong receiver. Good route runner, gets open. And I mean, obviously it helps when you have Aaron Rodgers. This is Alan Lazard of the Packers. Just because you're on the Packers, I'll put you in a high D. Man, I don't know. Lazard is okay. He was banged up a lot last year, but I think if he plays a full 17 games, we'll see. He could become a true wide receiver 2 to Devonta Adams, something that Aaron Rodgers hasn't really had his whole career. There's been people, coming in and out of the Packers organization. They haven't drafted a wide receiver like earlier than the 3rd round, I think, for like 8 years, which is insane because that's all Aaron Rodgers has wanted. Just a two to Devonta Adams, and they'd be set, dude. Their offense would be insane. Adam Thielen, man. I'll put him in the B tier, man. This guy's a beast. Put him. I don't know if I can't disrespect him by putting him below some of these guys. Where am I putting him? Put him right here. Adam Thielen's a beast, man. Touchdown magnet. Him and Kirk have good chemistry. A couple years ago, he would have been probably A tier up there, but he's slowly kind of dripped down. And I feel like this guy's kind of become a boomer bust guy because Justin Jefferson's kind of taken over as that one. Justin Jefferson's a more consistent guy. Gets, 7 catches, 80 yards a game, that touchdown maybe. That's kind of what you want in fantasy, that consistency. Thielen, man, I feel like I had him last year, and I feel like he'd get like 3 catches, like 27 yards one game, which was terrible, and then he'd go like 10 catches, 3 touchdowns, and like 100 yards the next game. It's kind of crazy, but the value's there. Just got to be careful of that boomer bust for sure. Justin Jefferson, man. I'm going to put him up here. I think I'm going to put him below A.J. Brown. I'll put him above A.J. Brown. I think he's going to go off this year. Justin Jefferson, man. I mean, this dude came in last year, probably undrafted a lot in a lot of fantasy football leagues, and then became like, one of the most added free agency wide receivers. Just became a beast downfield, vertical threat, won a lot of battles downfield, scored a lot of touchdowns last year. And I think he had like 1,300 yards last year. Is that right? Maybe. I mean, the dude balled out last year, and I think it's going to continue. This is Kenny Galladay on the Lions. Oh, shit. Now he's on the Giants. for that reason, without Matt Stafford, I think that hurts his value a little. Daniel Jones thrown to him. I've seen some tape of him in the preseason. It looks terrible. Danny Jones, you need to play better or you're going to lose your job. But I think he's a high C. Put him right there. Injuries have kind of been a problem for Kenny Golladay. Good red zone target, though. Great jump ball winner. But wide receiver 3 for me on my fantasy team. Good flex, but other than that, meh. Marvin Jones. I'm actually kind of high on Marvin Jones this year. I think I'm going to put him like around here. Right there. Goes to Jacksonville. It seems like Trevor Lawrence is clicking with them pretty well. Sometimes it helps to have a good veteran wide receiver in your room when you have a rookie quarterback who can just kind of learn from and teach shit. So Marvin Jones, I think, will have a sneaky good year. Nothing crazy. Maybe close to 1,000 yards, like 800 yards, maybe 800, 900, but good flex spot. Maybe bench spot, but nothing more, nothing less. Quite honestly, might be the most underrated wide receiver for the last 5 years, right? Allen Robinson, dude. This dude just balls out. He just catches balls. He gets open. He catches balls, catches contested balls, gets his touchdowns. Has had poor quarterback play probably his whole year. Kind of the same with Terry McLaurin. They're both kind of in the same boat. They're both sneaky underrated. I feel like no one really appreciates the value they bring to the table with the quarterback play they have. Allen Robinson's a dog. If you put him on any of these teams that these guys are on, the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Titans, the Bills, the Cardinals, the Chiefs, the Packers, I mean, he's up there in the S tier probably. This dude balls out, man. He's a beast. Justin Fields maybe might bring a little dynamic. Allen Robinson could be a good pick this year. I feel like Andy Dalton's getting benched within the first 3 weeks. It's just going to happen. The fans actually went to Soldier Field for a preseason game. The fans were just booing him nonstop. Everyone wants Justin Fields in. I don't know what the coaches are thinking starting Andy Dalton. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know. There's like this two mindsets with rookie quarterbacks, right? It's like put them in day one, let them learn, let them get NFL experience. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then there's another one, let him sit for a while, learn behind the veteran, bake him in the oven a little bit, you know what I mean? And then bring him out so that he's learned more than if he played those games or whatever. I'm actually, I think they should just play. If that's your guy, they traded up to get him, just put him in, man, see what he's got. Let him learn. Although that's another thing with rookie quarterbacks, they're getting way too short of a leash nowadays. If one bad season and they're out, which is insane. I mean, you got to learn from your mistakes. That's how any human learns in anything, really. So Justin Fields could shoot that guy's value up real high. Darnold Mooney, same kind of boat, man. Justin Fields could shoot him up. For now, though, we'll put him in the C tier. I'm going to put him like right here-ish with Marvin Jones. Put him above Marvin Jones. Darnold Mooney actually had a good year last year. Towards the end of the year, kind of like a second half and on. Half and on. He had a good year. Darnold Mooney could be a sneaky pick, especially if Justin Fields comes in and starts running the offense like very well. This Bears offense could just go from like boom to boom. You know what I mean? It could kind of crank up a notch, which a lot of us are missing. Michael Thomas, dude. I always thought he was overrated, bro, to be honest. I'm going to put him right here. He's on the pup. Waited to have surgery 2 weeks before the season started for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Could have had surgery in January, February, then maybe he'd be up here in A tier. But Drew Brees and him worked very well together. Michael Thomas is an exceptional short route runner. So quick slants, quick ins, quick outs. Michael Thomas excels at, and he has great hands. He does have great hands. And Drew Brees was a, kind of a West Coast quarterback. He sling the rock, hike, get the ball out. That was kind of his thing. A lot of these guys' thing. But Michael Thomas, put him in the B tier for now. You can draft him late, maybe. I mean, he's not playing till week 7, so keep that in mind. But with Jameis Winston coming in, I don't know if they're going to click well. I think Jameis Winston is more of a vertical guy, and we'll see if he excels at that. But not for me. Nelson Aguilar is on the Patriots now. I could see him doing okay this year, actually, as a wide receiver 1 for Mac Jones. But we'll see, man. He kind of had a good year last year on the Raiders, a sneaky good year. He could have been a wide receiver 3 in some people's leagues. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Emmanuel Sanders, I'll put here in the C. I feel like it's disrespectful to put him in the D. He goes to the Bills. This could be a sneaky little fit here. So they have Diggs, Cole Beasley, Sanders, and Gabriel Davis. They're kind of like their 4 wide receivers. We'll see what his workload is. I don't expect it to be crazy high, but it could be a sneaky draft pick. I don't know if I draft him. Maybe one of your bench spots, but not great. Mike Evans, I'll put in the A tier as well. I'll put him like right here. Mike Evans, beast, man. 1,000 yards in 6 straight seasons, I think. 6 or 7. 1,000 yards. Getting his touchdowns for sure. Tom Brady and him seemed to have pretty good chemistry last year. Tom Brady was throwing a great deep ball last year. So no signs of him slowing down, which is crazy. Vegan must be the way to go. But Mike Evans, dude, he's a beast. Probably could be a wide receiver 1. But more comfortable in a wide receiver 2 spot. But, up to you. Chris Godwin. I could probably put him in A too, but I'll do high B, man. I think Chris Godwin, I don't know, man. I don't want to put him on. I think I put him on my do not draft list. And I'll just say my opinion's kind of shifted on him. I'll put him high B. My opinion's kind of shifted on him. I had him last year. I drafted him pretty high. I was on that hype train last year. People were taking him pretty high, and I was one of them. I was one of the suckers that took him in like the first 3 rounds. So I think I kind of had a little grudge against him for that. But all said and done, man, when you look at his playoff stats and what he did in the playoffs, when he came back and he was actually fully healthy, 100% healthy, he had a finger injury that was lingering and kind of, I think, like an ankle or something. So he wasn't really 100% last year. But when you look at the playoffs numbers, I think he had 4 touchdowns in the playoffs and pretty good numbers. But if he can carry on with that, he's a good slot receiver. We know Brady loves his slot guys. So we'll see how he does this year. I think he might actually have a good year. But I would draft him at wide receiver 2, 3 maybe. I wouldn't reach for this guy by any means. If he falls in your lap at like round 4 or 5, then by all means take him. But I'm not reaching for this guy by any means. Robbie Anderson, dude, sneaky good. I'm going to put him here. Robbie Anderson's B. So this dude is a target machine. At least he was for Bridgewater. We'll see how Darnold likes him. He seemed to get the ball a lot last year. I had him. He was my wide receiver 3 last year. Caught a lot of balls, got a lot of yards, but didn't find the end zone a lot. That was his one bugaboo. That was my one bugaboo with him. He had 3 touchdowns on the year, which isn't crazy good at all. Obviously, you want more touchdowns in fantasy. But as a good flex option, as a good wide receiver 3, I think this guy's good. Very fast, very quick, gets open, good hands, good route runner. So hopefully Darnold can get him the ball, and we'll see. He could be a solid wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 before the end of the year. DJ Moore. I'm actually higher on Robbie Anderson than I am DJ Moore, if you can believe that. Put him there, though, in B tier. DJ Moore's okay. I feel like he had a lackluster year, right? He was very hyped last year. As like kind of like the same deal as Godwin. They were both kind of considered like a top guy. Like you could have him as a wide receiver 1. It just didn't pan out, right? I think he's more of a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 kind of guy in fantasy. And again, the Panthers wide receivers are kind of in a question mark right now because Sam Darnold's coming in, new system for him. I think Sam Darnold's good. I don't think he's great, but I think he can get these guys the ball enough to get good fantasy numbers. Julio Jones, I feel like anything below A is disrespectful at this point. This dude is a monster. Because of his injury history, I'll put him at low A. He is getting older, 31, I believe, 32. dude's still a monster, man. If he plays, he's going to get points. It's just a given. If he plays, he's the most consistent fantasy wide receiver maybe in history. Averages 100 yards a game in his career. 100 yards a game. I'm not lying. Go look it up. Dude is a monster. That was on the Falcons, of course. He's on a new team, Titans. But I think playing opposite of A.J. Brown with a run game like Derrick Henry, I think that he's going to have a great year along with A.J. Brown. Dude. I think they're going to pass a lot more than last year, actually. I think they used Derrick Henry a lot last year. Obviously, 2,000 yards. But his carry numbers were insanely high. I think they have a more medium, a mild kind of offense. I think they do about 50% passing, 50% running. I think they can do all kinds of stuff with this offense. Defenses are going to be guessing every play. That was kind of the thing. They were crowding the box. They would run with Derrick Henry. It was being successful. Defense crowds the box, opens up the play action to A.J. Brown and Julio. Man, that's going to be nuts. They're both going to have good years. Julio's a great wide receiver 2. High-end wide receiver 2, low-end wide receiver 1 for me. Again, it's just a question of if he stays healthy. If he plays all 17 games, we're talking probably top 5, top 10 receiver in fantasy easily. Calvin Ridley, I kind of want to put him in S tier, dude, but I'm going to put him down here. Actually, I'm going to put him right here. Calvin Ridley's my 5 this year. I love Calvin Ridley. He's going to be that wide receiver 1 now, right? He's got to fill in big shoes. He did it last year, though, while Julio was down. Still played great every single game. Russell Gage is going to be a wide receiver 2. They got Kyle Pitts, Mike Davis in the backfield. So we'll see. Matt Ryan and Ridley have chemistry already, so there's nothing to worry about there. But Ridley's a great route runner, great at getting open, great hands. So I think he's going to have a great year. Wide receiver 1 for sure. High-end wide receiver 1. He's going like mid to late second round, I think. So grab him there if you need a wide receiver. Good God, this one's long. Okay. 86. Slayton. All right, some of these guys that I put down here, I'm just not going to talk about. They're just some of these guys on the list are just dog shit. Slayton's down here. Maybe not all the way down there, but Shepard, same deal, kind of right around Slayton. Daniel Jones, dude, I'm not getting any Giants wide receivers unless it's Galladay, but even then it's going to be late. Amari Cooper, I'll put him in the A tier. I'll put Cooper and CeeDee Lamb in the A tier right here. I think both of these guys are going to have good years. Dak Prescott comes back, plays all 17 games. These guys are going to be, top 15 fantasy options. Both of them are, right? Cooper's been doing it for a while. CeeDee Lamb had a good year last year. I actually didn't even know until one of my buddies told me, go look at CeeDee Lamb's stats, and I did, and pretty nuts for a rookie. Kind of got overshadowed by Justin Jefferson, I think, last year. But he had a great year last year, man. So I think both these guys are going to go off this year. Dak stays healthy for sure. These guys are going to be, locks. Probably wide receiver, high-end wide receiver 2 options for me. But, low-end wide receiver 1s, high-end wide receiver 2s. That's what I'm putting them. Gallup, dude. I love Gallup. I think Gallup is awesome. I'm actually going to put him high C, low B. Maybe we'll put him in the C for now. But this guy, dude, he's sneaky good. So this trio, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper, man, they get fantasy points. They get fantasy points a lot. And Gallup has sneaky good games. The problem is these two are very consistent. They get points every game. Gallup will have that boomer bust kind of thing. So watch out for that. Rager. Didn't even play last year, did he? Yeah, I can't rank him. So I'm just going to put him down there for now. Is that Fulgham? He's a free agent, isn't he? Did he get picked up by someone? Let me know in the comments if he did. But if not, don't draft him. Terry McLaurin, bro. He's going A tier, man. Going A tier. And I'm going to put him above the Cowboys because Cowboys. Terry McLaurin, man. I could probably put him above a couple of these guys too, but I'll just leave him there. Underrated, bro. 1,100 receiving yards. Lacks the touchdowns a little bit. Only had 4, but I blame it on quarterback play. 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns with Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, Alex Smith, and Dwayne Haskins, all thrown to him. All pretty subpar quarterbacks, I think. But yeah, still put up 11 yards, 4 touchdowns. Dude's a beast, man. I mean, if you give him some solid quarterback play, I think Fitzpatrick and him will have a good year. Good chemistry, good connection this year. So that should be something fun to watch. I think he's actually going to blossom into one of the top 10 wide receivers in the league this year. So we'll see. Is this Steve Sims on the Where is he? He just got picked up by the Bills, I think. Okay, don't draft him. Don't draft him. He got cut by Washington, so don't know why he's on the list. If anything, it should be Curtis Samuel. They don't have Curtis Samuel on this list. Wow, interesting. Curtis Samuel would be like C, high C, low B for me, but Devonte Smith, rookie. I'll put him high C for now. Looked good in preseason. Looked really quick. I still think his size is kind of I don't know if he's fast and strong enough to, really bully people in the NFL. He's very quick, but he can get pushed around pretty easily. But we'll see, man. If you can't get his hands on him, you can't push him around, right? So I actually think this guy's a good bench receiver, worth a late round pick to, take a risk on him. Maybe he blows up this year, becomes, that clear-cut wide receiver 1 in Philly that they've been wanting for so long. And he ends up being a very good fantasy option. So I think he's definitely worth a draft pick later in the rounds. Maybe, once you have your 3, he could play 3. Could play wide receiver 3 for you, but I'd feel safer with him starting on the bench this year. Waddle, same deal. Could be a beast on the Dolphins. I'll put him right next to Davonte. Very, very fast. It's just a matter of if Tua can deliver those deep balls to him. Jamar Chase, I got him up here. B tier. I think I'll put him here. I'll put him here for now. I know drops were an issue in the preseason. I think he's going to be fine. I think Joe Burrow and him have that chemistry already made from college. I think his skill set is incredible. I think he's very fast, very, very good hands. I know he's dropped a lot of balls, but I think it's going to be fine in the regular season. We'll see. But I think he has a great year. With a wide receiver 3 spot, maybe a bench spot in the beginning of the year, and maybe we're talking about him as a wide receiver 2, solid wide receiver 2 towards the end of the year. Rashad Bateman. Put him in the D. I don't know, man. The Ravens, dude, they're a tricky team. Other than Lamar and their running back, it's pretty tricky team to draft. Maybe Mark Andrews, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about Rashad Bateman to hype up his play or anything. I think he might be a good. I mean, Lamar's needed a big target like this at the wide receiver spot for a while, so maybe he plays well. Was Keenan Allen on this list? Bro, what the fuck? This list is whack as shit. I should have done another one. Keenan Allen's A tier though, man. Probably around here-ish. Drafting him here-ish, yeah. Mike Williams though could be a good one. I'll do a high C. Maybe like here. High C. I don't know why Keenan Allen's not on this list. That's kind of disrespectful. Maybe they just forgot, but whatever. Deontay Johnson could be a sneaky one, man. I'm going low B, right around Chase. I think they're around the same. Deontay Johnson and Claypool. Both going to be great wide receiver 3s if you can snag them. Yeah, Ben's clear-cut favorite target. I think he had like 100-something, 130, 140 targets last year, which is nuts. And he almost had 100 catches last year, I think. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but was a little banged up last year. Maybe you can stay healthy this year and do good. Cortland Sutton I got here for now, and Jerry Jeudy I'm here. Both around the same. spot for me. Good wide receiver 3s, but other than that, meh. Jerry Jeudy's very quick, gets open quick. Bridgewater is going to be the quarterback, so we'll see how he works with these two. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. I'm not super high on both these guys, but I think as wide receiver 3s, they're doable. Same with Juju. Wide receiver 3. Juju, he gets touchdowns, right? He's a slot guy. Has some great catches every once in a while. Every game he seems to pull about 2 or 3 good catches down. Very good at contested ball catching, and scores a lot of touchdowns. But I think these two are just more talented than him in Pittsburgh. So I think his targets go down a little this year, and these two targets go up. But yeah, that's the list. I know it's a little wonky. Sorry I didn't make this, but there is my tier maker wide receiver list. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you disagree with any of my picks, or if you agree. I know this is a long video, so I don't think any of you guys are watching at this point. This video is long as hell. I wouldn't watch a freaking 30-40 minute video. So let me know what you guys think, man. Appreciate it. Subscribe, like, get ready for NFL content, man. First game's on Thursday, so let's go. Peace out. See you guys on the next video.